Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech Podcast series with Azure Developer Community. This is Lakshit Pat, your host for today, and today we are going to have some amazing podcast with Chirag Nayyar. He's having incredible experience in the community and different exposure with working with different communities also. So the, I would like to little bit give an introduction about myself. So I'm working with Reskill as a Devrel intern. So now, if Chirag, it would be very great if you can introduce yourself a little bit too.
Sure, sure. Thank you. First of all, thank you for this invitation, and it's good to be here and see that in last 18 to 24 months the communities are growing, and especially the reskill program. Microsoft Azure is taking a lead on a regular basis, seeing on LinkedIn that lot of events going on in the various part of country, and a lot of people are joining. The momentum is there. That is where it's my
Yes.
pleasure to join and share my experience also, which I believe it will be helpful for each other to understand that how the learning curve going on and what's new there in the market.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we are just trying our best to put the best content in the market through all these initiatives with the Azure Developer Community. So you have mentioned, Chirag, one skill in your LinkedIn profile that literally fascinated me, and that's just something very rare to see and very important skill as a business from a business perspective. So, what's your key ingredient while writing a proposal? So, you have mentioned proposal writing in your skill. So, what's the key ingredient for you while writing a proposal? So, being a content writer, I can truly relate to this field, but to be very honest, I'm not seriously able to figure out actually what an ideal proposal looks like from a business perspective. So, could you please throw some light on it?
Sure, sure. So yes, like as you asked about my introduction, so my introduction is like I am learning cloud since the days Microsoft Azure was known as Windows Azure. Okay, it was my
Okay.
early college days, and yeah, I was thinking that Windows Azure is something like some new operating system. I thought to download it and put it in my system, but I landed to a something else, and then maybe the virtualization, all those things started, and that is where I
Yes.
decided to pursue my career after my graduation in the cloud field, and yeah, I can say that I see the entire journey, especially in the country, the transformation from no go for any organization to adopt cloud to yes, cloud is the most viable option for the organization. And that is where I position myself to be part of customer facing. Okay. So for
Okay.
writing any proposal, a single tip I can give: first, it's not about a solution, it's about understanding the problem, what a customer is facing. It can be in anywhere in their ecosystem or in their architecture, in their application, database, and network. Understanding what customer is facing, what is their vision while adopting, let's say, Microsoft Cloud, and then according to that proposal, we can position that yeah, this is what the problem statement, this is what the solution approach, and this is what the assumption, because it's a collaborative effort. It's not a one side or one organization on one team job, because every organization, every team has their own specialization. Someone maybe from the infra side, someone maybe from the application side, someone from the network DB, so and so forth. So important part for writing any business proposal to understand the problem. Yeah, proposal can be small as well as lengthy as it can be. Okay, but
Yes.
the real content or real meat need to be address the problem and the solution, and then what are the assumptions and approach, and then the commercial value will be there.
Yeah, so it's all about figuring out the question, the real question of how the problem statement is revolving around the solution. So yeah, that's very insightful views upon your about with yours. So now, if I just want to explore your designation that you have mentioned in your profile, you have mentioned cloud success manager. So how does it impact the company, and what are the key responsibilities of yours in the company, and how does your decision frames the organization future revenues?
Great. So yes, this is what I am trying to break the chain, that if we are in a one field, we can't change the field. So if you see my entire career journey, I started from a pure sales Okay,
Yeah.
I was not getting any hands-on access or not getting any access for the customer and all this, because that is what the sales want to bring the business, doing the business development, understanding the customer statement, their vision, their cloud journey, and how it can bring a revenue for my organization, and what problem and solution we can propose to our customer. Then again, utilizing by, you can say, the technical skills which I learned in last couple of years, because again it's my own passion to learn continuously to see what's going in the market. So I picked a field that, yeah, I love to do, be in the infrastructure side, not of emerging technology. And then again, now I'm playing a role of post sales. So again, first of all, it is possible if you know what to do and how to do. And again, efforts is always required, and learning curve is always there, right? If you sit in a comfort zone, then you always feel, yeah, all is going smooth. But growth will happen when we leave our comfort zone. So I move from the, you can say, the pre-sales kind of a role, where like on each and every call, in each and every opportunity, I or maybe my peers need to be in front of customer, to a post sales. So cloud success manager, or if I say, it's more about the customer success. That, yeah, once the
Okay.
customer or my organization is already on cloud, so that is where on our regular, uh, you can say, the operational thing, as well as what customer is looking out of their cloud adoption, especially the return on cloud, or yeah, return on investment kind of thing came in. So my majorly role is, now I'm not running with the 10 different customers, but yeah, a dedicatedly few customers, handful customer, and try to add the value to maximize their return on cloud, as well as what new initiatives they can take. That is where maybe doing the POCs, understanding the strategic uh, decision, that how we can design, how we can innovate for the customer. So it's
Okay.
kind of a different shift. Yeah.
Okay, so how is it more different from a cloud architect for the company? Just the difference is it's more in a consulting way, or how the real process looks like. So
Okay. So
yeah.
yes.
So I
Yeah.
would like to know like how you design the infra for the company. So is it like after you can close the contract and everything with the company, they share the details. Then based on those details the company has shared, you try to design some architecture for them or something like this, or what kind of type the process looks like?
Okay, so again, it is not like that, that once the contract signed, then only. No. So again, the high level solution design need to be happen first. So I'm not playing as a role of
Okay.
cloud architect. You can say the first level of solutioning, qualifying the opportunity. Again, as I mentioned about the strategic role. Okay, so it's not that if the customer asks, then on next day or next week, I need to come up with a full-fledged solution, but it need to be qualified. What is, again, from the commercial point of view, what is the timeline point of view, what value this problem statement and the solution will add in the customer organization, and again, what are the resources required. It is not that
Okay.
every time I have a handy resources on my end, as well as the customer has their resources
Yeah.
ready to do. So but to
Yes.
strategize,
Yes.
evaluate, and then the first level, you can say, first level of solution to qualify the opportunity. And you can say on the stage two, the cloud architect team came with their, you can say, much richer experience. And then again, solution architect slash cloud architect, sometimes it's a contradictory role. So the team will come and team will validate and add if there is any gap and a missing point in the solution. So it's not exactly the customer success role is a cloud architect, but sometimes you can say maybe 50% is an architect
Okay.
kind of a wearing that hat, and then 50% more strategic sales and business growth part.
Okay. I got it, sir.
Yeah.
So now talking about the for the younger audience who are going to listen to this podcast, so what resources you will suggest to someone to their dream cloud reachable, to make that dream cloud reachable? Maybe I really know the answer, what you're gonna say. Like you have mentioned about tech with Nana, so I really know the real answer. But I've seen your post like microservices, and definitely that's a superb channel to learn and cloud DevOps skill. But I would like to explore more. What are your key resources that you will suggest someone to learn all these cloud and DevOps technologies?
Okay, see, it's simple thing. There was a time when we have lack of internet connectivity and all these
Yes.
things, and even resources were handful. I'm talking about the days of 2012, 2013, 2012. Now, endless resources are there. That is what creating lot of confusion. Okay, so people are running to learn the same thing from multiple resources. I believe the
Hmm.
quality content is out there. That is what a person need to do the homework, because everyone teaching style is different. Okay, I
Hmm.
also followed multiple instructor, and till date I'm following couple of new instructor coming up. I just test the resource and then I figure out for a single thing I have three resources. But what is my time, my priority, and what the content is covering? That is just a maybe bird
Yes.
eye view. I try to get a glimpse. So even
Okay.
now, official documentation is also superb. I can say documentation of any cloud provider is the best resource. But yeah, again,
Okay.
it depends upon person to person. Someone don't like to do the lot of reading. Someone love the video. Someone love maybe the podcast. So it's all about homework. I'm not recommending anyone that you follow this channel, that channel, or this and that. It's about the homework a person need to do. Then it will I
Okay.
say build the muscle memory, and then person can create an interest towards that resource.
Yeah, so definitely I totally agree with this because everyone's brain is wired in a different manner. So as you know, it varies person to person how they can learn and how they can grasp. Someone grasp the things faster, someone grasp the things a little bit. It takes a time for them. So it totally depends and varies from a person to person. I totally agree with this. Yeah, thank you for sharing this. Now, I have recently, heard one line from one of the very famous podcaster that is either you know tech or you are out. So, what are your views upon this?
Okay, again, internet is no longer a luxury; it is a necessity. Okay, so we all are
Yes,
connected. Okay, and
yes, right,
we
sir.
see every day, like again, from a cyber security point of view, lot of attacks going. Maybe a common man is get, you can say, fished, or maybe their personal data is getting loose. Maybe monetary data is getting loose. So everyone should aware about at least the fundamental of IT. Okay, be it again no age factor
Hmm.
nowadays here. We see people who are in maybe their 70s, they also know how to use smartphone, how to utilize
Yes,
social media
right,
content, and
right.
like you can say the videos and everything. Okay, so it's I
Yes,
think the basic level of education. It doesn't mean that uh, everyone need to know the full fledged of IPv4, how the binary and all these things are working, but at least the basic level of security, that how person can make sure the content is secure and how they can consume the secure way. So tech is required. Even I can say our parents even required. They are connected. They are utilizing. So we need to even teach them, tell them, please don't go if some flashy advertisement is coming to claim some gifts in their web
okay,
browser or in some kind of a thing.
definitely.
So yeah, basic
Yes,
basic I
right.
believe everyone should know, and especially for the young generation, I believe again there is no such bar that if someone is having a background or different academic background, he or she can't pursue the career in tech. We have, I think,
Definitely.
millions of use cases there that a person is having some different academic background and he or she is shining, yeah, in the tech industry. Be it a different role, be it a project manager. It doesn't need to be always a developer role or DBA role, but there are multiple surrounding roles are there which will fulfill the entire technology team or our IT field.
Yeah, and that's a very great point that you have mentioned about this from a security perspective. So, because data is everything, and if you just lost your security over your data, then you are out of you are out of the league, and definitely you will suffer in the industry. Now,
Yeah.
taking it to a more influential side as entrepreneur mindset, you have mentioned a superb quote in your profile, and I really admire that, like, don't aim for success. If you want it, just do what you love and you believe, and it will come naturally. And definitely that's a key ingredient, I believe, for the success, is because if you love, if you enjoy what you are doing, you will, your success rate would be much higher. So here arises one question in my mind, like I'm curious, like what's your favorite way to spend a full day off? So I'm just giving you a scenarios. If you will get a full day, 24 hours, without any deadlines, no pressure, no boss, nothing over like this, and no, no consultation, nothing over like this, what would be your choice to spend your day in the best way?
Okay, so if you ask me now in my present, like I follow, if I have got a free day, I have no, you can say no work and something like that, then I will start walk. Okay, a long walk. That is what I love, and then I plug in. I subscribe for a couple of podcasts. Again, various. It's not a vendor specific, but independent, like CloudSkills.fm. That was by Mike Piper, a very famous name in the industry, and Azure MVP. He created a lot of quality content. Okay, so I listen all the podcast. It's almost 148 episode. Okay, so kind of like I pick certain podcasts around the security, few around again the industry trend. Nowadays I highly recommend everyone should go for Cloud Wars. Okay, by Bob Evan. That is one of the best thing. He is bringing all the industry leaders, especially CEOs and CIOs and CTOs of a big tech. Even if you can heard from Google Cloud CEO, the thoughts where the SAP Cloud going, where the Oracle Cloud going. It's not just about the tech feature and services, but from the business point of view, how again technology is going to impact. So I will spend at least 2 to 3 hours just walk, yeah, regardless of weather, because yeah, weather is always good, and so I would love to spend and then try to grasp that thought, because a lot of things which I'm not aware, I try to memorize. As while walking, I can't make notes, so try to memorize and I try to maybe search later. So that is the first step, like walk and then having a good breakfast, and again rest is again required. It is not that if 24 hour I love to watch tutorials and all those things. No, that's not a pace. Maybe a few years back it was kind like that. Okay, but now no longer those days in my life that I will watch entire day watching tutorials and all this. So yeah, sometime I spend to watch some movie to change the mood. Like coming out from my
Okay.
cloud, I can say that aura that okay, that much I learned. Okay, now come back to the reality, see some nature or
Okay.
see some, you can say, kind of thing. And yeah, sleep is always required. I can tell you, it's not. Don't
Okay.
rush to learn everything in a single day. Okay, plan your day, plan your timeline. Again, it's not that it's hard coded deadline that today you need to finish this and that. Small step by step, and again understand the priority. That is what. Okay, like I'm more into
Yes.
as into the business kind of role, so I don't try to learn a 400 level content that I need to know each and everything at advanced level, because yeah, that is where the architect and the other, you can say, the tech team came into picture. But knowing at least a certain level to drive the conversation, drive the business value, and then translate it to the technical value. That's how I love to do. But I love to sleep. If I ask, I'm a bit lazy. Okay, so yeah, whenever I got a time, I love to sleep so that I can relax my mind. And whatever I learn, at least I can process it and see uh, how much out of that I can maybe deliver the value, if I say. Because understanding priority, as I mentioned, that start learning those only what you see, especially in your work, it is come. Okay, rather than
Okay.
learning today
Okay.
one technology, another technology, I don't believe it will create a confusion.
Okay, so I must say this: we are selling the same wood when it comes to the sleeves that you have mentioned about. So that's we I also do the same, and that and prioritizing the things is the best way to make a growth graph for yourself, because when you are just exploring something, when you are learning something, there are a lot, because there, if we just talk about cloud, if we will just talk about not only about cloud, if we'll just talk about a very small thing, just to perform a database services, there are so many tools to perform their database services in the market, more than 500 tools. You can't learn everything. So prioritizing the things, like what could be the best for you, knowing your things, what could be the leader, what tool learning could be the best choice for you, is the real key
Yes.
aspect, ingredient for the success. So
And
now
then and,
we have shared.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, just
yeah,
clarify,
please.
and don't miss that if there is any, you can say, nearby meetup going on. Okay, if I have
Okay,
a free time,
okay.
for sure I search even before on meetup.com what is the meetup going, because community plays a major role, and that is what my
Yeah,
personal belief, and that is what I got in last couple of years by joining community. Be socialized. Obviously nowadays in-person events started again, so it's good to be. Most of the time, yeah, it is happening in the evening time here in Singapore at least. So
okay.
I go and try to meet, and it is the same thing. Like if I get, so at least to socialize, not to just talk about tech, but to see, because various background or experienced people we can connect, and we can just talk and understand, yeah, their views.
Yeah, definitely community plays a different role, and it, today whatever I'm here, so I'm just doing some stuffs over here, I'm doing with all the help of the community, and it's really helpful when you work in the community and you get such incredible avenues about the future, some incredible opportunities that you have never imagined of. So community gives you everything, and meetups could be the best, free food and free enjoyment and everything you get there. So that could be the best way to network with people, and get better with yourself. So now the next question is more in a future aspect way. So, like, Jirag, what advice you will give to your younger self? Like, you have
Okay.
experienced so many things in your journey so far, so what advice you will just give to your younger self?
Okay, so first of all, don't rush to learn everything, and forget about this FOMO. Okay, come out from that
Okay,
FOMO that if someone else is learning this, he like I should also learn the same thing. Understand the interest area. Okay,
okay,
and again,
okay.
the value is always there. You need to find, again, it is no, what I can say, a shortcut and full fledged formula that if you learn this, then for sure you will get a job as well as the other things. So it's all about doing your own homework. Okay,
Yeah,
technology is going to, again, come and go, and again increase. If I say, the new
yeah,
innovation will be there, but fundamental remains same. Regardless of the field
yes,
you want to choose, if you want to be a hardcore developer, you need to have a certain level of, again, networking knowledge, security knowledge, and it's everyone's duty. Okay, so don't
yes,
just see that, okay, I need to do this, that. And for the younger generation, I see, again, you guys have a much resources which maybe 10 year ago it was not possible, and again,
yeah,
dirt
we are
cheap.
very rich with that.
Okay,
Yeah,
quality content as well as the dirt cheap resources are there. So try to maximize the value according to your interest area. Don't just think that,
mm,
again, don't rush, because
yeah,
we will forget. There was a time I was in the same boat that, okay, I need to do this, but if you ask me what I learned 5 years ago, maybe I'm not able to fully articulate that, yeah, okay, this was the concept and this is what. But I rather than I remember, to say, not to say memorize, because few things which I'm doing from day to day basis in my job. So that is where, like, it is
okay,
kind of my core area, and I'm learning the more advanced concept around that area, be it a network,
hmm,
be it a business, be it even a Microsoft Office. There was a time I was not
okay,
able to, you can say, properly work on the Excel sheet, but yeah, certain level I learn, and I'm able to work. So figure out your priorities, and especially in the student life, yes, there is always, you can say, that level of energy that you want to learn each and everything, but still pick
yeah,
like that, maybe 50% is your strength area, and 50% you need to work on, again, not only the technology part, but your communication, your, again, the presentation skill. All such things will play a major role in your career growth.
Yeah, and that's a very superb advice, guys. Don't rush for anything else and prioritize your time, prioritize your, because time is the most essential asset that you have. So prioritize everything that you have in your mind, and forget, first of all, brainstorm everything, whatever you got, and just try to prioritize those things, what could be the best fit for your choice. And it, Chirag, what I personally believe is you can't be right every time. So if some you get the failure and all these things, so it's just fine, just fail early and try to jump on to the next experiment, the next thing. So this is what I believe
Yes.
personally. Now this is just one last question I would like to ask. So what according to you the future is taking us, and how will the software industry is going to drive the future? Like, is there any specific skill you will suggest someone to learn to be future ready?
Okay, again, the fundamentals are always important. Okay,
Okay,
fundamental
yeah,
remains
right.
same at least. I'm not sure if there is overnight some innovation thing, but at least in last 3 to 4 decades, we see IPv4 is still the same. Okay, still we are
Yeah,
trying to learn
exactly.
and struggling. IPv6 is there. Gradually, it is getting adopted, but IPv4 is a mainstream. Okay, the same
Yeah,
with databases. RDBMS was there. Yes, there are a lot of, again, hundreds of DB engine are there, or version are there, but fundamental remains same. So at least have a core strength around that area, and on top of that, again figure out your interest area. Okay,
hmm,
when I started learning about cloud, there was not that much demand. Okay, I even I see I
right.
mentioned like I failed 11 interviews because I was
Yeah,
thinking, hey, I
okay,
want to do cloud, but I don't know fundamentals.
okay,
Okay, on
okay,
12th interview, I got my first job. Okay, so 11 interviews, I just failed. They said, okay, you don't know the basics. You are just talking a cool buzzword about whatever now going in the market about cloud computing. Now cloud is, you can say, as a norm or mainstream. Okay, so fundamental again same. The market is huge. Okay, if you understand, be it from the data side, be it from the neo technology side, the market is there. But if you have the core strength, that let's say the database is database, the newer engine may be much more faster doing in a different way, but still it is relying on the basics of, again, RDBMS or these kind of concepts. Same with the network, I'm saying. Now we are talking software defined networking, but underneath the layer is abstracted, but fundamentals are same. So try to put more effort to strengthen that skill, and then figure out what is the interest area, where is the market. Maybe you need to relocate to somewhere else to grab that opportunity, and knowing that area is important. So, so I believe, yeah, yeah, future skill depend upon the strength of your fundamental concepts.
yeah, okay. So definitely, that's a very great point that you have mentioned about the scoring, working upon the fundamentals, because every domain that is going to come or that is coming on right now also is just a subset of those fundamentals. Just things are getting faster. That's it. The things are remaining. The still the, if someone, so I personally do this when when junior asks, any junior asks me like what to learn and all these things. I just personally say them, first learn how internet works, how these things are working, what you are typing in, how these things are working exactly. Because if you will work upon these things, definitely this will help you out in your work adopting any new. So you will get an interest. So suppose if you are learning how internet works, so you get the idea, you are more into the operating system side, then maybe you can work on a as a system administrator or network administrator. If you get some more interest in a database side, you can work as in the database perspective. So this is how you explore the thing. So this is, I believe, and I hope the same for you as well. Now, at last, if you have any share, if you want to share any learning in the short phrases, something like a quote, it would be really great, Chirag, if you have something to share
So,
with the community.
sure, sure. Again, uh, the best time to learn cloud was 6 years ago, and the
Okay.
second best time is now. It is quoted
Okay.
by one of the leader, as well as my friend Satyan Kumar. Okay, so we
Okay.
usually do our talks, share with the community to
Yeah.
encourage. So yeah, so
Yeah.
learn cloud. It is revolving around each and every technology stack, and I believe resources are there. Just make sure a bit on strong on the fundamentals, and on the top of that, build your learning curve.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
a very great advice, Chirag. And thank you for joining to this podcast. It was really, pleasure for me to record this podcast with you, and it was very insightful discussing all these cloud talks over here and all these tech things over here that you have mentioned. And guys,
yeah,
just listen to all these things. Don't rush. Summarizing all the points that Chirag have mentioned. Don't rush after. Make priorities and just work upon yourself. Definitely, you will just work upon your fundamentals. You will just definitely get a growth success. So thank you
great.
for joining in, and it was
Yeah,
really our pleasure to have you, and looking forward for more collaboration in the future.
yeah.
Thank you, Chirag.
Sure, sure. Sure. Thank you. It's
Bye
my
bye,
pleasure.
guys. Thank you.